Ancient Greece, a land steeped in myth and legend, was also home to practices and rituals that may seem shocking or terrifying by today's standards. These intimate acts were deeply ingrained in Greek culture, reflecting beliefs, values, and societal norms of the time. Let's delve deeper into each of these intriguing facets of ancient Greek life. Starting off with Spartan rituals of agoge. The Spartan city-state was renowned for its fierce warriors and disciplined society, attributes that were cultivated from a young age through the rigorous training regimen known as agoge. Young Spartan boys were taken from their families at the age of 7 and placed in communal barracks, where they underwent intense physical and mental conditioning. Central to the agoge was the concept of pederasty, where older male warriors erasti formed intimate bonds with younger boys eromenoi. Contrary to modern interpretations, these relationships were not solely based on physical intimacy, but were seen as a means of mentorship and instilling loyalty and discipline. The erasti provided guidance and tutelage to their eromenoi, teaching them the ways of warfare, bravery, and Spartan values. Failure to perform well or participate in these intimate acts could lead to social ostracism and shame, as Spartans believed that strong bonds between warriors were crucial for victory in battle. Despite the perceived harshness of these rituals, they were integral to Spartan society's cohesion and military prowess, shaping generations of warriors who would become legends in Greek history. But the same can't be said about the Theban sacred band's bond. The Sacred Band of Thebes, a legendary military unit composed of 150 pairs of male lovers, represents a unique aspect of ancient Greek warfare and camaraderie. Founded by the Theban general Gorgidas in the 4th century BC, the sacred band consisted of elite soldiers who fought side by side with their beloved companions. The bonds forged between these pairs were believed to imbue the soldiers with a heightened sense of courage, loyalty, and mutual protection on the battlefield. One of the most famous advocates of the sacred band was the Theban general Epaminondas, who believed that the emotional and physical connections between the soldiers contributed to their effectiveness in combat. The sacred band's valor was put to the ultimate test during the Battle of Chaeronea in 338 BC, where they fought valiantly but ultimately met their tragic end at the hands of Philip II of Macedon. The legacy of the sacred band endured beyond its dissolution, serving as a testament to the power of love and camaraderie in the face of adversity. Moving to Symposia and pederasty. Symposia, or symposiums, were social gatherings integral to ancient Greek aristocratic culture, where men engaged in philosophical discussions, drinking, and entertainment. These gatherings provided a platform for intellectual discourse, artistic performances, and camaraderie among peers. Central to many symposia was the practice of pederasty, a form of mentorship and intimacy between an older, experienced man, the Erastes, and a younger, admired youth, the eromenos. The concept of pederasty was deeply rooted in Greek society, with proponents like Plato and Xenophon considering it a noble pursuit that fostered intellectual and moral development in the younger partners. The Erastes would impart wisdom, guidance, and cultural refinement to their eromenos, while the eromenos provided companionship, admiration, and loyalty in return. While modern interpretations may view pederasty through a critical lens, in ancient Greece, it was seen as a natural and accepted aspect of aristocratic mentorship and social bonding during symposia. So what about the mysteries of Eleusis? The Eleusinian Mysteries, held annually in the city of Eleusis in honor of Demeter and Persephone, were among the most sacred and secretive rituals in ancient Greece. Initiates, who underwent a series of ceremonies and rites, were sworn to secrecy under penalty of death, adding to the mystique and reverence surrounding the mysteries. Central to the mysteries were acts of intimacy with sacred objects, symbols, and possibly other initiates, although the exact nature of these acts remained shrouded in mystery. The rituals were believed to symbolize the cycle of life, death, and rebirth, reflecting the agricultural themes associated with Demeter and Persephone. Participation in the Eleusinian Mysteries was a transformative experience, promising spiritual enlightenment, communion with the divine, and a deeper understanding of the mysteries of existence. The mysteries attracted participants from all corners of the Greek world, seeking both worldly wisdom and transcendent truths. Number 5. Oracles and divinations at Delphi. The Oracle of Delphi, situated at the sanctuary of Apollo in Delphi, was renowned throughout the ancient world as a conduit for divine communication and prophecy. Seekers from far and wide traveled to Delphi to consult the oracle and seek guidance on matters ranging from personal dilemmas to geopolitical decisions. Central to the rituals of divination at Delphi were acts of intimacy and offerings made to appease the gods. Seekers often performed purification rites, sacrifices, and symbolic gestures of devotion before receiving the oracle's cryptic and enigmatic prophecies. The oracle's pronouncements, delivered through priestesses known as Pythias, were highly influential and could sway the course of wars, alliances, and destinies. Famous historical figures such as Alexander the Great and Croesus of Lydia sought the oracle's counsel, believing in its ability to reveal hidden truths and insights into the divine will. The rituals and divinations at Delphi contributed to the mystical aura surrounding the site and its enduring legacy in Greek history and mythology. Number 6. Dionysian festivals and ecstatic revelry. Dionysus, the god of wine, fertility, and ecstasy, was celebrated through vibrant and uninhibited festivals known as the Dionysia and the Anthesteria. These festivals were characterized by ecstatic revelry, music, dance, and theatrical performances that tapped into primal urges and unleashed passions. Central to Dionysian worship were acts of intoxication, liberation from social norms, and uninhibited expressions of desire. Participants, both men and women, engaged in revelry that often led to acts of intimacy and wild abandon. The cult of Dionysus challenged conventional notions of propriety and control, advocating for a release of inhibitions and a celebration of life's pleasures. The festivals of Dionysus were not only religious but also social and cultural events that brought communities together in joyful celebration. They inspired artistic expressions, philosophical reflections, and a sense of collective ecstasy that transcended individual boundaries. Number 7. Pythagorean brotherhoods asceticism. The Pythagoreans, followers of the philosopher Pythagoras, adhered to a strict code of asceticism, spiritual discipline, and communal living. Central to Pythagorean teachings was the belief in purifying the soul through abstaining from worldly pleasures and cultivating virtues such as wisdom, temperance, and harmony. Within Pythagorean communities, intimate practices were shared among members as part of spiritual exercises aimed at enlightenment and inner transformation. These practices included contemplation, meditation, and rituals focused on the harmony of mind, body, and spirit. The Pythagorean brotherhood fostered close bonds and mutual support among its members, emphasizing the importance of self-awareness and ethical conduct. Pythagorean teachings influenced later philosophical and religious movements, advocating for a life of moderation, introspection, and intellectual inquiry. The ascetic practices of the Pythagoreans reflected a quest for inner harmony and a deeper understanding of the cosmos. Number 8. Courtesans and heterae in Athenian society. Athenian society, known for its democratic ideals and cultural achievements, also had a vibrant and complex social structure that included heterae, or skilled companions and entertainers. Heterae held a unique position between free women and slaves, offering companionship, intellectual stimulation, and entertainment to wealthy and influential men. Central to the role of heterae was the art of conversation, music, dance, and intimate companionship. They were educated in the arts and philosophy, engaging in discussions and interactions that went beyond mere physical attraction. Famous heterae, such as Aspasia, companion of the statesman Pericles, played influential roles in political and cultural circles, contributing to the intellectual life of Athens. Despite their independence and intelligence, heterae faced social stigma and were often marginalized by mainstream society, yet their impact on Athenian culture and intellectual discourse was profound. The relationships between heterae and their patrons were complex, encompassing elements of romance, mentorship, and mutual respect. Number 9. Rituals of the Eleusinian Thesmophoria. The Eleusinian Thesmophoria was an annual festival exclusively for women, dedicated to Demeter and Persephone, celebrated in various Greek cities, including Athens. The festival, known for its rituals and discussions about marriage, fertility, and female roles in society, provided a space for women to assert their autonomy and forge bonds of solidarity. Central to the Thesmophoria were acts of intimacy with symbolic representations of fertility, renewal, and the divine feminine. Women participated in rites that honored Demeter as the goddess of agriculture and motherhood, seeking her blessings for bountiful harvests and healthy offspring. The festival also included discussions about marital relationships, women's rights, and the mysteries of childbirth. The Thesmophoria allowed women to gather in a supportive environment, share experiences, and express their concerns within the patriarchal framework of ancient Greek society. It served as a testament to the resilience and agency of women in honoring their spiritual and communal bonds. Number 10. Erotica in ancient Greek art. Ancient Greek art, renowned for its beauty, realism, and symbolism, often depicted intimate acts and erotic themes in various media, including pottery, sculpture, and paintings. These artistic representations served multiple purposes, from celebrating love, desire, and human anatomy to exploring mythological narratives and religious symbolism. Artists like Praxiteles, Polygnotos, and the painters of the Athenian red figure pottery tradition captured moments of intimacy, courtship, and sensuality in their works. Erotic art was not merely titillating but also conveyed deeper meanings about love, relationships, and the human experience within the context of Greek mythology and cultural values. The depiction of erotica in Greek art reflected societal attitudes towards sexuality, beauty standards, and the celebration of the human form. These artworks were not hidden away but were displayed in public spaces, homes, and sanctuaries, serving as expressions of aesthetic appreciation and cultural values. Number 11. Hermaphroditus in Greek mythology. Hermaphroditus, a deity in Greek mythology, symbolized the merging of male and female attributes, embodying the concept of androgyny and unity. The myth of Hermaphroditus and Salmacis narrates a story of transformative intimacy, where the two figures merge into a single being, blurring gender boundaries and representing a harmonious union of opposites. The tale of Hermaphroditus explores themes of desire, transformation, and the fluidity of identity. It challenges traditional notions of gender and sexuality, highlighting the complexity and diversity of human experiences. The myth inspired artistic representations, philosophical discussions, and reflections on the nature of duality and unity in the ancient world. Hermaphroditus became a symbol of balance, wholeness, and acceptance of diverse identities, resonating with individuals seeking to reconcile dualities within themselves and society. The myth's enduring appeal lies in its exploration of universal themes that transcend cultural and temporal boundaries. Number 12. Healing rituals at Asclepius temples. Temples dedicated to Asclepius, the god of healing and medicine, were centers of holistic wellness in ancient Greece. Patients seeking physical and spiritual healing participated in rituals and ceremonies aimed at restoring balance and harmony within the body and soul. Central to the healing rituals were acts of intimacy with temple attendants, who served as intermediaries between the divine and the afflicted. Patients underwent purification rites, prayers, and offerings to Asclepius, seeking his divine intervention and guidance for their ailments. The belief in the healing power of intimate rituals, combined with herbal remedies, therapeutic baths, and psychological support, formed the basis of medical treatments at Asclepius temples. These holistic practices emphasize the interconnectedness of mind, body, and spirit in achieving wellness and wholeness. Number 13. Symposium of Love in Plato's Symposium. Plato's Symposium is a philosophical dialogue that explores the nature of love eros through a series of speeches delivered by notable characters, including Socrates, Alcibiades, and Aristophanes. The Symposium, a social gathering where participants engage in discussions, drinking, and entertainment, serves as a backdrop for philosophical inquiries into the nature of desire and the pursuit of higher truths. Each speaker presents a different perspective on love, from the physical attraction to spiritual connection, highlighting the complexities and contradictions inherent in human relationships. Plato's concept of platonic love, devoid of physical intimacy and centered on intellectual and spiritual communion, challenges conventional notions of eros. The symposium delves into themes of beauty, virtue, and the quest for knowledge, offering insights into the diverse manifestations of love in Greek society. It remains a seminal work in Western philosophy, shaping discussions on love, desire, and the transcendence of earthly passions. Number 14. Cult of Aphrodite in Corinth. Corinth, a bustling city-state known for its commerce and cultural vibrancy, was also home to the cult of Aphrodite, the goddess of love, beauty, and fertility. The cult's rituals and practices centered around honoring Aphrodite and seeking her blessings for matters of the heart and romantic endeavors. Central to the cult of Aphrodite were acts of intimacy and offerings made to the goddess, symbolizing devotion, passion, and desire. Initiates engaged in rituals that celebrated love, sensuality, and the mysteries of attraction, seeking Aphrodite's guidance in matters of relationships and fertility. The cult of Aphrodite embodied the dual nature of love, encompassing both the tender affection and the passionate ardor associated with the goddess. Devotees sought to align themselves with Aphrodite's blessings, believing in her power to inspire love, passion, and enduring connections. Number 15. Tragic love stories in Greek mythology. Greek mythology is replete with tragic love stories that captivate the imagination and evoke deep emotions. These narratives, often involving gods, heroes, and mortals, explore themes of passion, loss, sacrifice, and the complexities of human relationships. One of the most iconic tragic love stories is that of Orpheus and Eurydice, where Orpheus descends into the underworld to rescue his beloved Eurydice, only to lose her again due to a fatal glance backward. The story of Pygmalion and Galatea, where a sculptor falls in love with his creation brought to life, speaks to themes of artistic creation, desire, and the boundaries between reality and artifice. Tragic love stories in Greek mythology serve as cautionary tales about the perils of desire, hubris, and the inevitability of fate. They inspire artistic creations in literature, theater, and art, resonating with audiences across generations and cultures. And that's it from this video. See you in the next one.